Morning. I'm not sure. There we go. Hopefully you're getting what I'm putting down. Hopefully there's some people out there. Hopefully we keep a connection today. It's raining. It's raining here in Alaska. It's been raining here in Alaska. But it's good. It's good. We've been doing wonderful things despite rain. Um, we officially have a um, what you guys would refer to as a normal bathroom. Um, got a real shower last night, which is just funny to say. Um, we have been getting showers, but we've been using a shower curtain hanging from the ceiling with a bucket hanging with a spigot on it. Good morning, Mill. Good morning, Laura. And let me tell you, over the years, we've lived in wall tents, we've lived in tents, we've built homes from the ground up. And we've tried multiple shower type units, and it's super funny that the cheapest thing and the most reliable and most beautiful shower um, is a bucket with a spigot on it. It's that simple. Like all the ones that you spend buku bucks on are like a little or a little sink squirter, like it's so funny. Lori, that's funny. Um, so it's like we've had showers. It's been good, but I got a real shower last night. And kudos to the mountain man. He did a very nice job. I will be doing some videos on the Faith Led Living channel, giving you tours of the facilities, the buildings, what we're doing here, because we've got a lot going on, and with this rain, it's pretty swampy, and things are going to start really taking off here. Like the fiddlehead ferns are getting ready to pop through the ground, and once they do, and the alders start blooming here, you won't be able to see in front of your nose. So we've got a lot of clearing to do. So we'll be out doing that as well. As I share with you guys all the time, we don't need a gym. Our work and play here is how we stay fit, and um walking back and forth from cabin to cabin is a quarter mile, and it's just kind of funny because we're like making that trip like millions of times a day, going back and forth doing the varying ththings, with just our upgrades here and stuff, and puppy. So it's a lot of fun. I'm loving this season of my life. I look forward to when this rain settles down. It's snowing there. That's funny. It's 35 degrees here today. It's raining. It's not snowing. It may snow later. It comes and goes. Um, but yeah, it's funny. Like my in-laws are in the South, and it's and some of my friends in the 70s and 80-degree temperatures, and we don't have snow a whole lot here, but it's been dreary. So when it stops raining, I intend to do these lives at the river because we've tested it out and I can do that. So down at the bottom of my 70 stairs is the river, and we will be gathering there. Also getting snow right now. So Colorado and Minnesota are getting snow. S- Enjoy it. Enjoy it. I'm telling you, I love the seasons. I love the seasons. They get a little long sometimes maybe, but I would much rather have snow than rain. Rain smacks me. It makes me tired. And I'm as solar powered as my house. So I wanted to talk to you guys today. First, how are you? And we're still here. We're all breathing. And I shared this week on Instagram, how important it is for us to really, embrace our dreams. How many of you have things pressed on you that you feel you should be doing or you desire to do, and you don't? You talk about it, but you don't you don't make anything happen. Right? Exactly. Miss Laura says, praise God for our breath. Exactly. And being content in life and not feeling anything pressed on you is not a bad thing. That means you're right where you need to be. But if you've got things pressed on you and you aren't embracing them, I want to encourage you today to embrace them. Um, Laura, Mill, they're embracing their dreams. They're living very similar to myself and my family, and they're enjoying their days. They're making their days, and we keep talking about that. And you know, everybody's seeking the magic pill, the magic protocol, the magic get rich quick. We're seeking all this stuff, but in the meantime, we're not living well. And tomorrow isn't promised. I experienced that. And I think that's why I live the way I do. And I really focus on this. And I'm also seeing and have learned the value of making your days count. And when we have things pressed on us, it's so easy for someone to simply say, what would you do that for? And bam, that negativity sets in and you start questioning your desires. And I want to just encourage you guys to embrace it. And this leads into today's subject. Discipline starts with honoring your own words. So, a lot of people have New Year's resolutions and they say they're going to do these things. But we talked about it last week. When things get hard, most people quit. I want you guys to really hone in and make this year count. Make each day count. We don't need to wait for a new year. We don't need to wait for everything to be perfectly aligned. Dreams don't happen that way. And that's what I shared the other day on Instagram, is that when something is pressed on me, it's typically God. The enemy plays games. But there's a really quick way to establish whether that is what we are supposed to be doing and if we are walking in God's will. And I will just take it immediately to Papa and I will place it at his feet. And I will say, if this is part of your will and this is for me, open those doors and make it clear. And you guys are going to hear some really profound stories upcoming here, both mine and other people's, of how God is doing just that. And when God opens the doors, there's no stopping it. But if you aren't willing to walk through that door, you're missing out on the best parts of life. I promise you that. And letting him lead is the best part as well, because it is so miraculous and so glorious when he's leading the way and you see his hand and you see him just blasting doors open that you couldn't possibly have touched. And he just keeps opening them. The same is true when we want to do something. And hey, Miss Lydia. Good morning. Good morning. So good to have you on here. Um, you know, it takes discipline to live a good life. It takes, because the world, as we keep talking about, you see the world today. You know the pace of the world. You know all of those things. It takes discipline and strength and courage to be swimming upstream. But upstream is where Eden is, if you understand what I'm saying. And I had someone question on the YouTube channel, and I am not shaming this question at all. The question was, why would you want to go to Alaska or go move when you have such a beautiful place already? The answer to that is I believe that when Papa presses something on our hearts, whether it's more beautiful than where I am or not, the experience is going to be. There's purpose in everything. And those pressings, those callings, those desires, they don't just surface out of nowhere. And if they continuously just keep creeping in and you keep thinking about it, oh, how nice it would be if, or you dream about it and you wake up all, in a good place and you're excited about it, what's keeping you from doing that? Good morning, Miss Shelley. I need to change my snail mail from Idaho. Okay, I'll have to look at it. I think you're talking about in the description, maybe. Thank you. Um, I do need to do that. um, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. When we let God lead the way, whether we have the finances, whether we have the ability to do it, let me just share this. This is something I shared on Instagram. Sometimes there's a lot of horse carts before the horse, or chickens before the egg. Maybe you don't have the finances. Maybe, your health isn't the best, but he's pressing something on you. Okay, so I'm the healthiest I've ever been here. It feels so good. There were a million carts before the horse. We'd still be there packing if it wasn't for the generosity of a client and friend who blessed us with the opportunity to purchase our trailers before we closed, because we would have had to wait. We would have had to wait until closing to have the funding to be able to purchase the trailers we needed to pack our things in to move. We couldn't have made that way. We couldn't have opened that door. There was nothing we could do to make that happen. Yet we put our trust in Papa, and that door opened in a very beautiful, beautiful way. When we don't allow Papa to lead, when we aren't willing to embark because we are afraid we aren't able to do something, and we don't just chase where he's taking us and follow him out of faith over fear, we miss out on not only the experience, but the blessings. And also sometimes blessings for other people, or people being able to bless you. There's dynamics to everything, but we've got to be willing to step in. We've got to have the discipline to make things happen. We've got to have the courage to make things happen when those around us think we're crazy. And I've shared this a million times. If we would have based our move to Idaho on those around us, we'd still be in Pennsylvania. But we didn't allow other people's thoughts and fears to keep us from embracing what Papa was calling us to. And if you've been following us for a long time, we've been talking about Idaho. We've been making movements to or Alaska. We've been talking about Alaska. We've been making movements to make that happen, and asking Papa, if it's for us, open the doors. And all along, he's opened doors little by little. We could see that we were on the right path. We've been thinking about Alaska since 20 2009, but it's been a life thing for my husband. But we've been talking about making this a reality since then. And in 2024, we put an offer in on a place, and everything was moving forward. Yet it didn't come to fruition. I'm trying to work hard in this place right now, get the garden going, get the weeds going. Let me see if I can see that. And that's it. Shelly, keep doing what you're doing. Dreams happen and dreams come to fruition because each day we're making steps to make it happen. Now I'm going to turn that into the health scenario as well. You know, many of you have desires to, let's say, lose 10 pounds, um, overcome a diagnosis. All those things are truly possible, but it takes discipline. And again, the world has us chasing instant gratification. So we're expecting things to happen very fast. And that's true with dreams, that's true with health scenarios. Our move took us 6 months. Our dream coming to fruition from 2024 took 2.5 years. It's either for us to get things ready to make things easier or to stay or to move right. So, Shelley, that's such a perfect example of day by day doing what we feel we are called to do. And that's also, let me share this. My day starts every day. Papa, what do you have for me? What am I to be doing today? Not a million page to-do list that I've formulated. I don't do that anymore. It's so much easier to let him lead me because I get what needs to get done. And sometimes my mind is so focused on what I feel is important when there's something else important, or I need to live in the present. It's a bit by bit, little by little, the dream becomes a reality. And the same is true for losing 10 pounds, for regaining your health. If it was a fast process, we wouldn't appreciate it. We wouldn't. And we all know, anybody who's done a diet, you lose it fast, you gain it just as fast. It's just, that's how it is. Our bodies aren't designed for fast. Our minds aren't designed for fast. Fast creates a scattered, cluttered mess. That's why you keep hearing me talking all year long and year after year, the value of slow. But in that slow season, discipline creates realities. Discipline and action create movement. And I want to encourage you guys, because it's really easy right now to be stagnant because you don't know what's ahead. You don't know how things are going to go. You may not have the resources to do what you need to do. But like I said, we didn't either. But God clearly made a way. And God used people around us to bless us. And that blessing, if you've ever blessed anyone, in that blessing you are blessed as well. It is such a beautiful thing. And when we don't allow others to bless us or have the opportunity to bless us, we are robbing them of a really beautiful opportunity for themselves. So in saying that, embrace your dreams. Don't wait for things to be perfect, because they're never going to be perfect. I know too many people who waited to buy the perfect house or waited to have children till everything was perfectly lined up. And she's now in the grave and never had children. You Things happen. We're meant to live now. We're living now. We're not promised tomorrow. And life is meant to be lived. And it doesn't have to be terrible. The world is in a really weird place, and you could easily say, oh, this is just the worst year ever. Or you could have discipline and choose to make it the best year ever despite the chaos. And that's what you do. That's what we do. You just get up every day and you look at what Papa has for you, and you step into it. I am trying to read that fast and it's not happening. But I see Laura sharing weed killer recipes, which is amazing. Laura, you should share that in the community. Um, And I'll be sharing the spray for the yard that's organic to help with mosquitoes. I'm still praying that there are no mosquitoes this year in Alaska. And um, just to jump back on something here too, in your dreams, in your day to day, in your desire to accomplish things, and having discipline also starts with praying to Papa. Papa is one of the most miraculous beings ever. This river has never ever held like it has this year. It held and was solid longer than it has ever. We've got people here that have been here over 20 years and they've never seen the river like this. Now, this is really funny to me. The river is open in front of my home, but it is not open anywhere else. 20 miles away, they're still running snow machines, or could run snow machines on the 3-4 foot deep ice. And out in front of the house here, there is still 3 foot deep ice, but the river's running. I can now fish and I can add fish to my diet. It's just very funny. It's very funny. Um, but it was an answer to prayer. I prayed so hard that Papa would hold the river so that we could get all of our things out here. March 30th, we hauled our last load. April 4th, it started to get rotten out here. So now my prayer is that the river opens up slowly into town, because it could very easily create ice dams or major flooding, especially with all the rain we're getting. And they're hardly even, there's just a little bit of water open in town. So, you know, Papa hears our prayers. Papa knows our hearts. He knows our desires. He also knows what he has for us. And the question I have for you guys is, are you willing to step into what he has for you? Are you willing to give up, your fears and, your limited views on things? Um, right, Lydia? He does. He knows. And he loves blessing us. He loves showing himself. And when we aren't willing to step into what he has for us, we're missing so much. And it's not just you, like, our family as a whole has witnessed a lot of things, but individually, we've been blessed in so many ways. He is working things out for me at my job and how I'm getting my garden of my dreams. There you go. There you go. And it's a bit by bit, little by little. You do what you can, and he does. He's walking alongside of you, opening the doors, making a way, blessing your socks off when we're willing to be obedient. So it takes discipline and obedience. Yeah, she says, yes, ma'am, it is. Yeah, it is discipline and obedience and yielding to what he has for us. But I see so many people afraid to take the jump because it's scary, it's unknown. I mean, like I said, we were nomads in Alaska from our just January 4th, from the time our feet hit the soil until uh, February 13th. We had no clear direction. We went a couple times with no place to stay, and the next day the doors opened and our housing was available. Um, and granted, there was a lot of housing available, don't get me wrong, but I'm not paying $5,000 a month. I'll live in a tent or in our truck first. So, um, but anyway, but he opened the perfect doors, and waiting on him was what it took. And we saw such beautiful things of just the hearts of people. We had people that just reached out and were willing to bless us. I'm working hard on my garden beds. One is most planted, just waiting to harden your starts. Very awesome. I can't wait to start growing things, but guys, I am just so excited. There are elderberry bushes outside of every structure. There is turkey tail absolutely everywhere. There is chaga everywhere. I believe these are ostrich fiddleheads here. I'm waiting for them to pop out just a little bit more so I can be sure I can identify them. But I mean, they're everywhere. So we're going to be eating them instead of like cutting them down and traipsing over them and trying to see around them. So, but we are in a place of abundance. I haven't always been in that place. I'm in a place of good health. I haven't always been in that place. You watched me. I know, I do. She said, Laura says, "Oh my goodness, you have a medicine cabinet outside your door." I do. I absolutely do. So we established this week. I'm like so excited. And I will be so excited to share it with you and visit with you in this space. But at the top of my stairs to the river will be my combined office, she shop, and apothecary with a porch overlooking the river, and my stairs will connect with the stairs going down to the river. I'm like so excited. You guys have no idea. Um, Water just nurtures my soul. Listen to the water moving and lapping and the views and all of this goodness. But you know what? I wouldn't have any of it if I wasn't willing to step out of a comfort zone. To step in what he has. Shelley says, "We just finished our gifted wild asparagus. So good. Very nice. Very, very nice. Thank you. Thank you for that." So I hope that you are seeing through our experiences that there's so much, there's so many dangling fruits. And the world wants us in a place of dishevelment, fast pace, fear, worry. I want to just encourage you, despite whatever's going on around you, live your life. And if you're speaking words that you desire to do something, to have that garden, to go to the farm, then be disciplined. Pray about it every day. Continue to ask Papa to open those doors. Ask him to lead the way and remove fear and be willing to just step when he calls you, even if there is not a ladder present. Just step. The ladder will appear. It will catch you. But let me tell you, the ride is wild and beautiful, and life is short. Embrace it, live it, be disciplined, be obedient, and be willing to yield to what He has for you. And I promise you, you will be living a good life. And there's ups and downs, there's going to be struggles, but you won't see them as struggles because the blessing will be so much greater. I promise you. It's all it takes. It's all it takes. I'm going to pray us out of here. Papa, I just thank you for this glorious day. I thank you for this glorious place. I thank you for these glorious people. Thank you for the message you place on my heart each week. And I thank you for what you are doing in each of our lives, the dreams, the nudges, the desires, the blessings, the things that you are placing in front of us every day. Papa, I just ask that you give everyone watching this the courage to step into it, to be all in, to be committed, to be disciplined, to do what you were calling them to do, to be willing to be obedient, to yield to your hand so they can reap the harvest that you have for them, that they can step into the calling you are calling them to. Papa, I just praise you for the inner courage and strength and childlike wonder you have blessed me with, and this beautiful life that just keeps unraveling in front of me, even through sickness and hardship. I just praise you. I praise you for all that you do and how you grow us and mold us and shape us and break us through our life's experiences. And I ask that you help everyone to see that even in the hardest of times, your presence is there, your blessings are there, and you are continuing to move them forward. May we always have eyes to see you. May we always have eyes and a willingness to learn from our circumstances, to see what we can gain from each moment. And may we live life to the fullest. May we disengage from the world around us, the naysayers, and live with a childlike wonder. Thank you for all that you have for us. I ask that you just bless everyone with and meet their needs, whatever they are. I know everybody's going through different things. Just provide for their needs, bless them, and Papa, just thank you for all that you have for us, all that you do, and all that you're gonna do. And we just praise you and thank you. Give us wisdom, knowledge, direction, discernment, awareness, and we ask all of this in your holy and precious name of Jesus. Amen. Okay, my friends. Hopefully, this struck a chord today. And I just want to see you guys being disciplined. Chase the words you're speaking. Don't be afraid. Don't worry about what other people say or think. If God has something for you, embrace it because it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be wild. And those that are naysaying, they'll either see what Papa is doing in your life or continue to naysay. And that's okay. Embrace it. I love you guys. I'm heading into my coaching and then into breath work. You can join my coaching by going to faithledhealing.com/equip coaching. And you can join our group sessions every week by going to faithledhealing.com/group sessions. Normally $50. They're $7. If you can't afford $7, there's a coupon code right in the description of the group session. Put it in, join me for free. Everybody needs little renewal and restorative blessings, and that's what I am inviting you to. I'll see you guys next week. God bless.